Welcome everyone to Vandar Station. We are back again. Another day. It is January 10th, 2018. Still can't believe that 17 went by that quick, but hey, we are where we are. Alright, so let's just get into the meat and potatoes of the day. And the first thing I want to jump on is I've been in retail for actually quite some time. And one thing that I've never understood about retail, pretty much the same opinion I have as in politics, is nobody really looks at anything realistically anymore. Everybody looks at everything kind of like off the wall in this, Alice in Wonderland kind of world, and nobody's actually realistic. And I see it a lot. More so at my wife's job than I see it with myself, because I actually have more control here. But I see it a lot at my wife's job. And if I could give any advice, and I've given this advice to tons of people, and the advice was given to me quite a few years ago by a very good work friend of mine. He actually taught me a lot. So if any of you that are management and retail, all the way down to associates, even if you're just a janitor, okay? Here's my advice for you for living and surviving in a retail environment, okay? You ready for this? Never ask permission, always ask for forgiveness. Example, let's just say that I have this that needs to be stocked on a bunch of shelves, and the reset hasn't come out yet. Everybody's leaving it half empty, and I've got a bunch of new product. But I know this will sell if I put it out. Okay, so what am I going to do? Am I going to do what the company wants me to do and wait around and wait around and wait around for the reset, and then finally months and months and months pass, and all of my competitions is already sold out of all of these, or sold many of these, and by the time I get them up, it's passing fad, nobody wants them, everybody will go to the other guy to get them. This is what you do. Go ahead and put it out. Go ahead and put it out. Don't ask for permission, just put it out if you see it needs done. When the manager comes back, what's this? Well, I noticed we got these in, but they're not out. I know they're going to sell. By the time we get the reset for it, it's going to be too late. We're not going to be ahead of the game. I want to be ahead of the game because I know these will sell, these will bring customers in, blah, blah, blah. You can give the whole spiel. As opposed to most managers that have this rotating corporate mindset that if you were to walk up to them and say, hey, we got these in, but the reset's not in yet. Can I go ahead and put them up? No, the reset's not in yet. Don't put it up. I mean, it's pretty, again, thinking realistically. Don't try to overstress yourself, because a lot of people in retail, especially you guys that have just started your job, so you're just starting at Kohl's, or you're just starting at a Walmart or a Home Depot or whatever. It's not as hard as they make it out to be. It really is. And common sense plays a big role in a lot of that, a huge role in a lot of that. And normally if you take a step back and you have legitimate reasons for the things that you're doing, you're not, purposely messing something up just to make the other guy look stupid. If you have a purpose for everything that you're doing, and it's logical, 9 times out of 10, whoever your supervisor is, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's cool. Just remember, just like in life, take a step back, think about what you're doing, and everything will normally just, work. Your life will be so much easier, trust me. That took me a while to actually find that out. Once I got that advice and I actually implemented it, my life was so much easier, so much easier. All right, so let's get into some more news. I want to get some more news on the Switch and about the update for 5.0. Nintendo has actually sort of yes and sort of no answered the fake video that's out of there. they're not giving everybody the whole. They're not opening the doors to 5.0, but they are saying that basically a lot of the things that you saw in that video footage is coming, and that one of their goals is to make, and this is what they said, to make playing between their 3DS portable system and their Switch to seem like it's seamless. So what I'm imagining when they say that is like your home screen for the Switch is going to change. You're going to get YouTube. You're going to get Twitch. You're going to get a web browser. You're going to get, all those apps and everything else on the Switch that make the 3DS, as far as the GUI environment. As far as that environment entails, it's going to make it a lot easier because us Nintendo players, we're more familiar with that. And when it comes to the Switch, it seems like they're waiting for something. Like, the system itself has more than enough power to do all of this. For some reason, they just want to wait. I can't quite understand it. I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe there's some new software coming out, that's not a third-party IP, but one of their own, that they're going to implement. They're going to, coincide with the release of an IP with their 5.0 release. But hopefully it's soon, because I that's the one thing that's lacking off of that Switch, is I would love to be able to have my YouTube on the Switch, to be able to take it wherever I want, check my accounts, even if they went so far as to where I can control, because even on my phone I can control my activity, I can control my playlists, I can control my uploads. The only thing I don't like about the Switch, though, is the fact that it doesn't have a camera. But now there was one thing that I did notice. I was playing with my Switch yesterday, and if you've noticed, on not all, but on most of the covers, licensed covers that you buy, screen protectors for the Switch, there's a little notch where it looks like a camera should be, and they're all placed in the exact same place. I'm thinking that Generation 2 of the Switch is actually going to have a camera on it, but that's just my thinking. There's nothing out there that says there's going to be a camera, but we'll see. Hopefully there is, or at least an attachment that you can put a camera on it or whatever. And last but not least, I want to get to one of the systems of the day, or gaming stuff for the day, is, for me, this little system right here, this Nintendo 64. I don't know what's wrong with my eye this morning. I really don't think I got hardcore into gaming until I bought one of these. What was it? Quest 64, I think it was. Most of you probably have never even heard of it. If you ever get a chance, though, the game is called Quest 64. It's made for the Nintendo 64, and that's what got me into the system. It was one of the first times I actually had a chance to be in somewhat of an open world, kind of doing what I want when I wanted. It had different quests, and it kept you going. It was linear, but it wasn't linear. So it made you go on a certain path, but in a sense, you didn't actually have to follow that certain path, which led into the Super Mario, and it led into the Zeldas and GoldenEye 007, which still, and honestly, I think the best multiplayer game ever made. But I can go on tangents and rants about this all day long if I really wanted to. One last thing before I go, I was stumbling across a bunch of things. I thought this was gone. I thought I had actually lost it. But remember last year, we saw the passing of Hugh Hefner. And say what you want about Playboy Magazine and everything else. To me, it shouldn't really bring someone's death, honestly, to make something about their life either part of a collection or part of a trend or whatnot. But actually ran into a copy of this Playboy Mansion. It basically plays. It's not like I had the impression when I first got it that it was going to be like Playboy, and it's really not. It's more like The Sims in bathing suits. Really, there's really nothing really sexual about it. Kind of boring, to be honest with you, like really boring, because all it is setting it up like you do with The Sims and just letting him throw a party, and then you just sit back and watch. I'm sorry, I'm not really that much of a Sims guy anyway. I've never really been that much. I don't know. I've played them all just to give them all a chance, but I've never really been into it. That kind of, well, I don't want to say place build and let them live kind of thing, because I like the Civilization games. Some of my favorite wind down games. But I'm actually going to give a full review on this probably within the next few days, for my opinions, because all I did was really just boot it up just to see what it was like, and it looked kind of boring. So, but I will do a full review later on with it. All right, and just one last thing, you guys, don't forget, all the links in the description are off our Patreon, our GoFundMe, which is still active. I'm keeping all of that up because I want this to get bigger and better. Then the more donations that I take through Patreon, or the more donations that we take through the GoFundMe, the better I can actually make this experience, and the more content that we can do. Like I said yesterday, I really want to get into the live streams. I really want to be able to, after everybody gets home and sits back and relaxes, if they're confused on a newer game that's coming out, or a game that's on the Play Store, or even one of these littler systems, because I am going to set it up to where we can live stream the 64 and SNES and all that good stuff. Then if you're not too sure about a game, comments, put them down there. Let me know. Let me know the games you guys are interested in. That way, I'll get my hands on them. You guys can watch a live stream and decide for yourself whether it's something that you want to like. This one right here. Not very many people know about the Insomnia series, and it's actually, if you're let me tell you this much. If you're a book reader, if you like reading books, this is definitely a game for you, because this is not a game where you would, you're trying to finish it. This is a game where you want to know all about the story. You read all the notes. You want to find out everything that's going on in the world around you. And the Insomnia collection is really actually a very in-depth game. And I'm actually glad they put all three of them together like this. It's actually on the Play Store now. I think it's on sale. At least it was a couple days ago. Things change so fast in the Play Store. Unless I would go to it right now, I don't really keep up with it that much. I don't go on there every single day or every couple of hours, check prices and stuff. But normally this is only like $15. So trust me when I tell you $15, it's actually really, really worth it. There's a lot of things that are on sale on the Play Store now that are really worth it. But I think that's going to be it. So like I said before, guys, remember all the links in the description for like our GoFundMe, our Instagram, Patreon, all that good stuff. If you got any questions, in the description below, throw me any questions. We're going to start doing questions of the day here real soon, so the more questions you guys throw out for me, I'll be able to do that whole question of the day thing. We really didn't have a D-bag of the day today, only because this was the first day I woke up and there was no bad news. Go figure. Every other day of this year that's been popping up, I've woken up every morning, did the whole, grabbed a cup of coffee, grabbed the remote to the TV, and then bam, bad news. But this is the first morning I woke up and nothing on trending, nothing on Reddit, nothing on the newswire. Knock on wood. So let me let you guys go. I got a lot of stuff to do today. Again, subscribe, videos, check out the other videos, and I will see you guys at the station.